taking a break from energy independence, and I'm gonna take you back to the pasture, which I'm gonna pan around real slowly here. And you can see there's a lot more pasture and grass than there is briars and weeds. As you guys know, if you've been following the channel for a while, this year I'm really trying to manage the goats a lot better. And so I'm going to show you where we're at with that process, just so you can see the transformation. It's actually pretty cool. This is what it's looking like today. You can see there's a lot of grass. Where I'm standing right now on top of this log pile, it was all eaten back. There was nothing green on it. It's actually grown back in significantly. One of the cool things that's growing back on it in full force is Maypop. I'm gonna jump over here and show you. We've got this vining Maypop that's going over it. It's a lot of people will call it just passion fruit, passion flower vine. And you can see in a few places we actually have the fruit setting. Get in here, you can see there's fruit on it, which is really exciting. The fruit will be edible around late September, so we've got another month or so. But right now it looks really good. The fruit is this hollow green melon looking thing right here. And when it's ready, it'll actually fall off, which is the hard part, because it's going to drop down into this wood pile. You can see we've had birds sitting here eating it or something. We've got these little marks where something's chewing on it. But when it's ripe, it'll actually be yellow and start to shrivel up, and it'll actually look like it's not good anymore. So where are we at with the goats? So most recently, the goats have been way over here in this paddock, and you can see it's all dead and brown because they've eaten the foliage off of it. Before that, they were in this one right here, and we've had them over where all of this really tall grass is. I don't know what this stuff is, but it grows like crazy, and it's really only in that one paddock, which is kind of cool, just like right there. So this area here, I don't think I'm gonna put them back into it because I wanna save all the Maypop until it ripens and matures. And then as we move around, you'll see I've got a lot more just grass on this side. I don't know that I'm gonna move them back into this for a while either. I had a really hard time deciding how I wanted to manage it. I would run the goats through until everything was dead. I say dead, everything was, I would say 90% eaten down. I'll show you what that looks like right here. They're not actually in this fence today because for the first time they had their prison break yesterday, and they jumped over the fence as it came down. We had our first rain of the summer, I guess. It's been a little over a month, so it's really surprising how green things are. But we had our first rain, and the fence posts loosened up, and when they did that, the goats jumped over, took advantage of it, came home. So this is what it looks like as the goats come through and eat everything. There are a few plants that really surprise me that they just leave. All of this was filled with greenbrier as the primary plant, but way over here in the back, you can actually see there's some greenbriers that they're not touching, and I don't know why. So it's time to move them out of this paddock, move them into something else. We're probably gonna go right behind it. Right back over here, you can see there's a lot of really high plants, and we're gonna put them into that one. It'll be the first time they've been over there. Hey, Ollie, you coming to help? So as I was saying, I've had a hard time deciding how to actually manage this. I wanna promote the grass growth, but I don't want to just keep scalping it and letting the sun bake the earth. So I'd love information in the comments below if you guys have any info. But what I've been doing is as the goats go through and do their thing, then I'll take the brush hog, which I did not do here. I'll take the brush hog and I'll actually cut it fairly low. And you can see that's what I've done in this area. And then I've actually redone it all the way on the other side. I also did it up here, and the brush hog does a great job of like getting rid of all the woody stuff and just dropping it to the ground. You can see it's creating quite a nice, mulch mat down here. This is that grass that I was talking about. I don't know what it is. It's at least 8 feet tall. I've seen it all over the place, not just on my property, but I've also seen it on the side of the road. So I'm sure it's a native grass of some sort. You can put it in the description or in the comments if you know what it is. We can see we've got more Maypop that's coming in here. We've actually taken a lot of these flowers, and there's some more of the fruit. We've taken a lot of these flowers and dried them for tea. The Maypop flowers and leaves are actually utilized as a sleep aid. That's supposed to be non-addictive and just kind of helps you go to sleep. So that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna put the goats back in this area right here because there's a lot of Maypop in this area as well that's come back. It dies back every year all the way to the ground, and then it comes back with a pretty strong vengeance. So just kind of a side by side. This is where they've been, and this is where they're gonna go. Well, we're having a good time out here. It's about 8 o'clock. I need to get back to work. I'm not gonna make you watch me put up the fence or anything like that, but Ollie and I are going to move this fence. We're gonna get the tractor, we're gonna get the forks, we're gonna move the house back up here a little bit closer, and then get the goats back up here.
1 hour later.
Well, finished up for the day. For the morning, it's 10:10, so did pretty decent amount of time. So got the goats in here. I'm gonna pan around over here. I went ahead and mowed down what they had previously worked on. That way it can go ahead and start coming back as grass. I didn't mow it too short. It's about 1 foot, maybe 1.5 feet. The goats are in here. I think they're gonna be super happy. We got Joe sitting there on the goat house. Goats are finishing up eating their grain, which I use to get them in here. Really, it's just chicken scratch. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you are new to the channel, I'm Eric with East Texas Homestead, and we talk about all things self-sufficiency, self-reliance, and we talk about homesteading and off-grid solar power and stuff like that. Check out this video or this one, and we'll see you on one of those.